Hell or High Rollers is an adventure set in D&D Hell, so will almost certainly contain adult content. Enjoy.
Are you tired of being dead? Come to the High-Vis Tower in the Rodney Marsh. Unpaid work placements available now. Keep yourself busy and give your afterlife meaning with menial tasks, swamp cleaning, carrying things, interior decoration, play readings and drama workshops, open mic nights, recreational activities. You'll have a skeleton of fun. Just ask for Eric Sanguinius, resident necromancer at the High-Vis Tower, because the afterlife doesn't have to be after strife.
Hello and welcome to episode 11 of Hell or High Rollers.
Yeah! Indeed.
Eager beaver.
Eager, yeah.
Very nice. I'm Dave. I'm your GM. Welcome, everyone. And let's go around and say hello. Chris, say hello.
Hello. Also, just a side note, we've gone back to the order now.
Yeah, we have.
Hello, my name is Chris Lees, and I play the character of Glubrick Bumbledung, who is a barbarian Goliath. A little interesting thing about Glubrick is on one of his adventures that he had before he died, he came across another traveller called David, and David was a young boyish boy who carried a sling, and let's just say David is a prick. David is a compulsive liar. He is dishonest. He's awful, like a bin. And in fact, when they met each other, they only met each other for one day, and they had a lovely time. They chased sheep. They screamed at clouds. They played pebbles. They had a lovely time. And the next thing he knows, he's made up this rumor that he killed a Goliath. When it's not true. He's not a hero. He's a tramp.
Wow, that is a canonical mismatch of just so many brilliant things.
Thank you.
I love it. Thought that was
liked
amazing.
that one, didn't you?
I did enjoy it. I think anything that dunks on religion, I'm a big fan of.
Right,
yeah.
But you don't like ham wrestling tournaments?
No, pigs fighting pigs with dead pigs is...
Could be a religious thing.
Yeah, if there's a cult or a religion...
It was for charity. That's not a religion.
Adam, what's your anti-religious fact for today?
Because I have so many of them, obviously. I'm Adam Megiddo, and I play the role of Eric Sanguinius, the necromancer who lives alone in the Rodney Marsh in the High-Vis Tower, and who's been forced into all sorts of theatrical endeavours against his will. His movie franchise, by the way, thanks for asking, is going very well. He's now moving into ballroom dancing so that we can get the slow step happening. That's it from me.
Adam is becoming more and more coy as the episodes go on.
Eric's evil laugh really cracks me up. It's the proud little laugh.
Hi everyone, I'm Ellie Morris and I play Ghoul, who is a 5-inch tall sentient mushroom creature. I mentioned in one of my intros previously that Ghoul had a ladybird pet that he had accidentally sat on and killed. But I didn't mention the name of that pet because I forgot. But the name of the pet was the Baron von Hesselback.
Nice.
And he's hoping that, since the Baron von Hesselback is dead, that he might run into him in hell.
It's possible.
Wow.
Maybe he was an evil ladybird. We don't know.
I'll make a note.
That's what I'm
We'll
asking.
find out.
Hello, I'm Henry Shields, and I play Henley Whispers, a.k.a. the Gorse Whisperer.
It took me a second. Got it.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's a thinker. It's not a laugher, it's a thinker.
It's somehow a quick and a slow burn.
Yeah, the worst of both worlds. Human ranger, trend setter, otter petter, in-joke getter.
So he gets all in jokes.
He claims to get all in jokes. Anytime anyone says something that is an in joke that he's not part of,
That's so
he
good.
fully acts as if he got it.
Could you say that one again? It was so
I think I
entertaining.
know like 10 of those people.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
I'm kind of one of those people.
But does he think that he actually does get it, or does he just, is he...
No, I think Henley is fully aware of every one of his shortcomings.
And on that, let's begin episode 11 of Hell or High Rollers.
Yeah.
Keep it on.
There you go.
So we last left our happy boys in Thunden's private oak tree house. I think, I'd be fair to say that, I don't know if you'd agree with this, Adam, but Thunden and Eric were flirting over...
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think it was a very, very powerful moment
It really was.
for Eric, and he didn't expect it at all.
No.
And I don't think he's been in a relationship for a very long time. I think he's had some unrequited love.
Sure.
I don't think he's ever really been in a relationship.
Well, this is very exciting for him. However, that moment was short-lived as Eric just completely disappeared in the middle of the room, and we heard the distant call of Tootsie McJingles beckoning Eric to a rehearsal. And Thunden is left alone in the room with the rest of the Happy Boys asleep. And Thunden says, guys, wake up.
What's wrong?
My love, your friend, Eric, he's just disappeared.
What?
There was an annoying voice, like a kind of nasal guy said he's got to go to a rehearsal. He's just gone. He's gone.
A nasal, annoying voice?
Yes.
McJingles.
Yes, that must be it. Yes, here's the guy.
Tootsie McJingles took him, so he's taken him. He's kidnapped him.
Well, he's rehearsing the play.
Does this happen often? Is this a normal thing for you guys, or?
First time, no. It doesn't happen often.
And as you say that, Eric reappears in the room with the voice of, "Bye, Eric!"
Oh, God. Thunden, I need a shower immediately. You have no ideas. I will never get those hours back. Please.
Thunden just casts Create Water and just dumps 10 gallons of water on you.
I arch my back as if in flash dance.
Thunden is flushed.
Oh, the less said about that, the better. Now, to the plan.
No, you just disappeared. What happened to you?
I have a very demanding director.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. So you were rehearsing the play?
Yes, he's a method director.
Wow, I don't know what that means, but apparently very traumatic.
Very, very traumatic. It means he adopts the method of speaking to me as if he treats me as if I'm the character. That's what a method director is.
So that would be a director who's just constantly like, where's the actor gone? Like, who are you? Get out of my rehearsal.
Yeah, that's a
it'd be,
nightmare.
it was, believe me, a nightmare.
Wow.
Anyway, the less said about that, the better. Now, to the plan.
Did someone say jam?
Oh, it's a plan.
Oh, right. Sorry, I got
do you want
sleep
some
in my
jam?
ears.
What kind of jam is it?
It's just like regular tasty jam.
Before we all get derailed immediately, let's get the plan.
I'm so pleased to have you all on board. Okay, so in order to destroy the reactor, we need to put a bomb on the core of the reactor and just overload it. Now, the bomb doesn't need to be a big bomb. It doesn't need to be a fancy bomb. We just need some kind of small explosive device. The only issue I have at the moment is I don't have one. Are you okay? Is this a chemistry thing? Can I help you? You have an explosive device.
Oh my god, of course you do.
What do you have?
Yeah.
And Ghoul reaches into his little pouch and brings out the grenade.
Ah, the Ned from episode 1.
The EP1 grenade.
that's
And
a
he
lot-
holds
yeah,
it
it's
in
going
his
back.
hand.
Ghoul's been holding that for a long time.
And he goes,
Wow, this is perfect. This grenade this is all we need to overload the core.
really? How much will you give me for it?
Okay.
I don't think maybe don't sell it. Maybe just give it because it's going towards our mission as well.
All right, Gluebrick, you really know how to get me to do things, don't you?
And then I look at Henley and I just nod very slowly and say, "I do, Ghoul. Thank you for appreciating me."
What?
And Thunden pulls out a knife and just cuts the air and just goes, tension.
Throughout this now, you have to find different knives for different moments.
Tension. Okay, this is the plan knife. Okay, here we go. So, listen very carefully, because I'm only going to say this once. However,
Sorry to ask.
yes.
Have you done something with your hair?
While you guys were sleeping, I had a short blowout. Yes, I cast wind, gust of wind, and made it warm and blew out my hair. It's got a bit of volume. Thank you for noticing, Eric.
It looks wonderful.
Thank you so much. Have you done something with yours?
I just covered it in water.
Oh, it's so glistening and the plan. I'm so sorry. I've become distracted again. Okay, the plan. So we must get to. Please, Gluebrick, please. It's serious now.
You're doing lovely.
Okay. So the first thing we have to do is get to the reactor, okay? The fastest way to do that is by the monorail. We hop on board. We hope they aren't running security checks. We get off at the platform and we enter the reactor. Once inside, we will have to split into 2 teams, okay? Team 1 will head straight for the reactor core through the main corridors. And Team 2 will go down the waste passageway, okay?
The what?
The waste passageway.
Waste.
Waste.
The waste.
Oh, the waste.
Yes. Sorry, I forgot you're a racist. And when you go down that passageway, you will get also to the core, but the core will be very heavily guarded. So I will need Team 2 to create a distraction to draw the security forces away, and Team 1 will go down and plant the bomb. Any questions?
What team will you be in?
I will be in Team 1 planting the bomb.
Amazing. That's exactly what I thought.
You thought you would
do.
Me in Team 1? You in Team 1?
Well, I just thought when you were talking about that plan, I thought, that sounds like I sound like a real plan one-er.
A plan one? I like that, plan one-er.
Okay.
I like that. Maybe we should be called plan one-ers.
Yes, I'd
Okay, you and I are plan one-ers. Okay, great.
Wonderful,
All right,
wonderful.
I'll head up plan 2, team 2.
Team 2, great.
Yes, Glubrick. you,
I'll go Team 2.
Yes.
Team 2. Yeah.
Henley nudges Ghoul, a little knowing wink and a nudge.
And I'll go in plan 1.
Oh, you're joining Team 1.
Yeah, I felt like a 1 or 2.
Fantastic. Okay, so it's me and Eric.
Ghoul,
Henley, what?
No,
What?
never
Why are
mind.
you nudging me?
Never mind.
Okay, so it's me and the mushroom and Eric and Glubrick and Henley. Now, Glubrick and Henley in Team 2, would you guys like to take the tension knife with you? Thank you, Eric. So
Very
good.
good.
Yes,
We'll be
thank you.
fine. We'll be fine. Everything's fine.
So, without any further ado, if there are no questions, I think we should just get cracking. Head to the monorail.
Boiler suits on, everyone.
Oh yes, of course you have your
we have our
disguises.
boiler suits, so maybe that'll help us get past any security checks.
Oh yes, I'm sure it will. Yes, I don't have one, but I will just blag it.
Well, thank God we got these boiler suits. It took us a whole sodding episode.
Well, I don't actually have a boiler suit. I just have this hat.
That's okay. You're small enough. Ghoul, you're going with Team 1. So
Yes, you can slip in the bag.
In the bag.
The toad bag you gave me.
Yeah, the toad bag.
But
yeah.
isn't it only toads can go?
I think it only
That's
works in
actually very
toads.
True. It
he's
was
a
only toad.
toadstool.
Oh my.
Nice loophole.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
great loophole. Yeah, that's a good loophole.
Great.
So you could store as many toads as you want and as many toadstools as you want.
Yeah, the toad
Very
bag.
good.
All right.
Okay, great. I'm just enjoying doing this so much now.
It's really, really good.
Thank you so much.
And when you're,
I
and when
really
you're
feel-
describing a plan to break into somewhere, I get such brilliant Hans Gruber vibe.
Yeah.
sort of the sort of anti-hero of the whole thing. So you set off into the sinking city in search of the monorail station, keeping your wits about you, keeping your eyes peeled for bounty hunters and those that are hunting you through the city. As you arrive at the station, the train is ready to depart and you board the train. And it looks like it's been kind of scrapped together out of discarded metal and held together with some very rudimentary welding. As you board the train and you find some seats, the atmosphere is tense and silent, as a few lowly devils keep their heads down and keep themselves to themselves. A few minutes pass, and you see out of the window the decaying slums below the central plate of the city. Lower devils are scurrying around, scrapping and hustling for their lives, and heavy air fills your lungs the closer you get to the reactor. You hadn't noticed until this point, but the soundtrack to this layer is a gentle, constant rumble, and the only reason you hear it now is because you're getting closer and closer to the reactor. The train tracks shake and you feel the rumble of this mechanical beast, and it starts to shake your bones. All of you look over to Thunden, and she has a steely look of determination on her face, but you can tell she is nervous. Someone roll me a d20.
6.
After a few minutes, the door to the carriage bursts open and two dretches enter in sort of makeshift security outfits. It's like a muscular, it's like a sort of horrible gorilla beast looking devil
wow,
thing.
okay.
And it just says,
Check your passes.
Of course, not a problem. I have my pass right here. Give me a moment, and I walk up to the guy and I fumble around in my pack and I try and create a distraction for as long as I can while someone else does something.
Very good.
Knowing that Henley's got this covered, we watch him intently.
Yeah, just waiting for him to do something.
Okay, sure, yeah. I
you got your pass.
fumble around in my boiler suit.
I whisper
knowing
to,
I have
I whisper
no
to
pass.
Thunden, don't worry, he's a genius.
I fumble around and I pull out a random potion that I took from the Chaos Guy's dungeon. Remember?
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, from all those episodes ago.
Yeah, and
okay.
I just throw it in their faces. Spray it in their face.
Oh, we're just going for a random potion in the face.
Yep.
Fantastic. Okay. Give me a few minutes.
And I say, here's my pass!
You dretch bastard!
Okay. Very good. So roll me a D20 to see what happens. And you're trying to spray both of the guards, right? I assume.
In a swiping motion, I scatter the potion in both their faces.
Okay, great.
I did. That's a natural 20.
Oh, okay. You splash this potion in their faces, and they're just like,
What's going on? What's going on? What's happening?
What is happening to me? No, I can't believe this. No.
and they have shrunk, both of them, to the size of tiny little hamsters.
Oh.
And their security guard outfits sort of fall, and these hamsters are stuck in their little security guard outfits.
Oh, can I ruffle around in there and pick them up, one in each hand?
Yeah.
Open a window of the train.
Up to you, man.
I open the train window and I say, "You shall not pass," and throw them out.
And Thunden turns to Eric and just says, "Yes, I see he is quite capable, but also quite cruel."
Genius, but misguided.
Yes. It's gone very well. Well done. It's gone certainly better than my friend Dave thought it would go.
Yeah.
I can't believe that section is over.
Can I chat with Thunden for a
Yeah,
bit
because I
on
thought
the
we'd be here for like 20 minutes, maybe
Great.
more, you know?
Sometimes we get stuck on the simplest of things. So, Thunden,
Yes.
it's a beautiful name. Where is it from?
It's from Neverwinter.
Neverwinter.
Yes, that's right.
What an extraordinary land.
It is wonderful. Yes, I grew up in the swamps outside of Neverwinter. It's just outside, but when you say where it is, everybody's like, I don't know where that is, so I just say Neverwinter.
That's easier, isn't it?
Yes, so much easier. Like, where are you from?
Well, I was born in the Rodney Marsh, so I too am a bit of a swamp boy.
Oh, you play in the swamps when you were a child?
Oh, yes, when I was permitted to.
Permitted to?
A very challenging family dynamic, you could say.
Eric, if you don't mind me saying, you seem quite nervous.
Nervous? Me? No.
It is okay, Eric. I too am nervous.
Are you?
Yes.
You just seem to have this grace about you, like you sail through life, unaffected by its trials and tribulations. You own a tree in the middle of hell. Extraordinary woman.
It's quite wonderful. Are you a writer as well as a performer?
Oh, well, I dabble in ink.
So sort of you're writing spells at that, and
Yes.
I've tried poetry a few times, but it's not so great.
Oh, you've tried poetry?
Yes, I dabble. I dabble.
Well, I would love to dabble
You would like to dabble
with you.
Oh, well, I'd like to dabble with you.
If you have any poems, I would love to.
Oh, yes.
To read them.
In fact, I'll read you one right now.
I would be thrilled.
And she ruffles in her bag and pulls out a poem and says, "Okay."
Oh.
Oh, God.
I'm so sorry.
No, I'm sorry. It was a stupid idea. Stupid. I won't read
No,
it.
I didn't.
It's
Kubrick,
yes, no, it's a
bastard.
No,
I'm allergic to tiny people. I just think I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to be sitting so
it's
close.
okay. No,
I feel sick. The smell of it is making me retch.
Yeah, sorry. I'll go and sit over here.
No, it's okay, Eric. I was distracted. That was stupid. I won't.
No, you're right. It was foolish. It was a reckless idea to think that we could exchange poetry when we're about to blow up a reactor.
Yes, let's get back to the mission. Back to the mission.
Henley says, poetry is just lyrics for people who can't play instruments.
Don't you do poetry?
Yes.
Don't you have a book of poems?
Look, I'm at that which others won't say sayer. What can I say?
And so after a few minutes, the kind of awkwardness of the exchange kind of settles, and we focus back on our task at hand. So I'll put on the security jackets and trousers
With the pass?
Yes,
We have
a
an
little too
extra
low.
one. Do you want? Maybe we could fashion you a tiny outfit out of
Yeah, I
this.
would like that. I feel a bit left out in this fucking bag.
That's fair.
Can I? Henley tears the collar off the remaining security guard boiler suit.
Roll me a sleight of hand check. You'll be able to do it no matter what, just to determine how good it is.
Okay, that's 19.
19, yeah, it's really good.
So I'm
It's
able to
almost
fashion it
perfect.
into a tiny little
Yeah.
outfit, a little security guard outfit for Ghoul.
And
Ghoul, your outfit looks so good that I think you're going to have to be in charge.
Well, thank you, Eric, and I accept that responsibility wholeheartedly. Put it there.
I love how Ghoul's becoming more of a sort of like 40s car salesman. Okay, so the train rumbles on and you enter the shadow of the reactor. And Thunden stands and says, "We are here." And looking at Thunden, you can see she's now more nervous than she was before. Even more because of Eric, but also you get the sense of what you're about to walk into is super scary, yeah? She stops just before she hops off the train and just says, "If we succeed or fail, I just want you to know I'm grateful for your help. It is hard to do a lot of things on your own, and I am thankful that you're here with me." And she steps off the train. And as you file off the train, you cast your eyes up, and for the first time, you realize just how immense this reactor is. If Minauros had a sky, the top of the reactor would be in the clouds. And walking down the platform, you begin to hear distant screams of processed souls growing louder and louder and louder. And the walls and foundations of this reactor are made of fine metals, and clearly a lot of care goes into maintaining its structure and its upkeep. As you pass through a set of large, open, metal, high-tech looking doors and into the main concourse, Thunden turns to you. "Okay, this is where we split up. Team 1, planners 1?
Yes, the oneers.
The oneers, my apologies, yes. The oneers, you're with me, and Team 2, you are that way." And Thunden points to a stone tunnel that leads into darkness.
The tours. We're the tours. Right?
The tours.
Yeah.
Number 2s.
You want to be the tours?
It's Glubrick and Henley. It's just the two of us. The two tours. Yeah, two tours.
And Thunden looks at Eric and just says, "A pair of number 2s, huh?"
Henley walks over and says, "Yeah, pair of number 2s. Like shit."
That's a kind of cruder version of what I was going for, but sure.
I gotta go anyway. See you later.
So Thunden starts walking off down the main concourse, and Henley starts walking down the stone corridor.
Come on, Glubrick.
So
I'm coming.
someone roll me a d20.
11.
11, we are going to stick for now with the oneers. So we're going to follow Team 1.
Oh, I see.
You follow Thunden through a series of corridors that twist and turn left and right, and the growling of the reactor begins to unsettle you. You pass through clean-cut metal corridors and high-tech looking dials and equipment, and as you move through the corridors, you walk past several lonely and downtrodden-looking devils, all keeping their heads down, moving furtively, and they pay you no attention. Suddenly, Thunden stops in her tracks, quickly ducks into a nearby alcove. There it is, the main security door to the reactor. And looking ahead, you can see a huge metal door adorned with bolts and massive rotating locks. And in recesses by the doors hang two huge suits of armor, limp and lifeless. In front of it stand two orcs and one spined devil. And it looks as though the spined devil is giving the orcs a dressing down. And you hear,
"You fucking idiot. You lost your fucking key card. You're just as bad as the other one. And just when I thought you two couldn't get any more fucking stupid. You know how much these cost to replace? If you need to get through the doors, just use the intercom and I'll let you through. But you have one job. Do not let anyone other than me through these doors. Fuck's sake."
And the spine devil turns, and with a wave of their hands, the door begins to shudder and shift, and huge green symbols appear and twist and turn, and the door crackles and begins to open. The spine devil walks through, and the door slams shut, and the bolts lock into place, and these magic invocations glow green, and they lock and they fade away. And the door sparkles with electricity. And the two orc guards look sheepishly to one another. One says to the other one,
"Thanks for covering me."
Oh.
And they return to their guard positions either side of the door.
Oh, what's their story? They're lovely.
Well, you can't find out because you're not in Team 1.
That's very true.
But you can listen in.
I'm doing a tour.
So, we could do something to do with the key cards, or we could use the intercom, or use the fact that the spine devil has access. Those are the three ideas that I have. I could disguise self and become the spine devil.
Yes, that sounds good. And I could do the voice because I know exactly what he sounded like. And it was this. "All right, you two. Why you being so rude?"
That's pretty good, actually. You know, I think if I was scared for a moment there. I thought, oh shit, the spine devil is here.
Really?
But
You
it was just
believed
you.
it?
Yeah, I thought it was. I mean, whether the orcs will believe it or not, I don't know. To be honest with you.
Do you want to have a go?
Sure, I'll give it a go.
I feel like you're going to be quite good at it.
I'll give it a go. Who knows? You fucking bastards. Well, why don't you just shut your mouth and give me that fucking key card?
You know what? I'm better.
Yeah, and you know what? It's more fun if you do it, you know?
Very well, let us wait a while.
Okay, we wait. and Valvivate, we cut over to Team 2.
Did she say that? Because you did that in a German accent. Does she say Valvivate?
Yeah.
She just like consents.
Yeah, she goes
another storyline somewhere in the
someone else
world.
does something.
Valvivate, ... Dave, we make our way over
Very
to Team
good.
2. Making your way down the stone tunnel, you come to a set of steps that descend down into darkness. The first thing that hits you is the smell. It is rank with burning metal and the darkness of burnt out souls. The tunnel is straight and it leads on for a few minutes as you fumble around in the darkness. From the shadows you can hear strange noises, almost as if you can hear something or someone breathing near you. You reach out a hand to steady yourself and you realise that you're right up against the wall. And there's no possible way anything could be down here with you. Perhaps it's just your imagination. Perhaps it is not.
Glubek, something strange is going on here.
Henley, are you just breathing really loudly?
I thought you were breathing really loudly. Well, you are.
Yeah, that was. But it doesn't. But it doesn't sound very similar to the loud breathing. I think
It's hard to tell the difference. There's a lot of loud breathing going on, and you're doing at least 50% of it.
You're doing 50% of it as well.
I have a very soft breath, I've been told.
Breathe now.
It's quite soft. No, you're vocalising.
Because I was worried you couldn't hear it.
Well, now
'Cause mine
you
was
don't
so
make
quiet.
noise. We're trying to ascertain whether...
We're getting away from the point. We've got a
getting away
mission.
from the
That
point.
mission is to find out why you've been such a bitch to me.
That's not our mission,
That
Glubek.
is.
I have
You've
not
been so cruel to me.
I haven't been cruel to you.
You nearly killed me with a bow.
You nearly got us all killed, Glubek.
Better to die by that bearded man than it is to have me pummel you. Is pummel a word?
Pummel?
Humble.
I know what I said, Henley. Pumble. You don't want me to pumble you. So anyway, we've got to move through these breathing walls.
Glubek.
Yes.
You need to think about your place in this group. You need to think about whether you really belong with us. All right? Do you have a purpose here? If you can't fight, if you won't fight, then you're nothing more than a liability. And Henley walks on ahead.
Great. And we cut back to, well, not great, very sad and upsetting, but we cut back to Team 1 outside the door.
to the scene, did you?
Sad and upsetting. On we go.
And then you cut back and Thunden is just like, oh no, something sad and upsetting has happened. Anyway,
He's amazing.
It's great.
back to here. You guys have the plan ready? I can just stay here in the alcove.
Yeah, but then what are you going to do? Stay here forever?
No, I'll come in with you once you get through the door.
Right.
Oh, I see, but the guards will
about
be
the
there.
guards?
Okay, I'll have to be part of the cohort.
Yes.
Okay.
You'll be our prisoner.
A prisoner. Yes, I could do that. Perhaps I might need some acting lessons from you, Eric. Shit, it's prison time. How was that?
It was very good.
Thank you. Thank you. Ghoul, did you like that?
Very good, yes.
Okay, I've got it. I'm in. Let's do this.
Ghoul, also, if you get a moment, ask them for their pass cards.
Yes.
I'd like to have a look at one of those pass cards in case we need to create the illusion of it in the future. I cast Disguise Self and look like the Spine Devil.
Very good. And as you're approaching, are you? So let me get this right. Ghoul is going to speak.
Ghoul is in a tote bag.
Yeah.
And therefore he's going to be my voice.
Yeah.
Yep.
I am looking like the Spine Devil, and I'm escorting Thunden as our prisoner.
Very good.
Are you
Okay.
moving your mouth like being a puppeteer?
Yeah.
Like a ventriloquist does?
That's exactly. We're going to play a game of dubbing.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Okay.
So what do you say as you approach?
We've just I've just gone round to the back.
Boss?
And I'm here now. No.
Are you alright, boss?
I ate a bug.
Oh, not one of them hellflies.
Let me through.
And roll me a performance check, but roll it. You can roll it with advantage because you're doing a silly voice.
Silly voices always have advantage, don't they?
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, okay, 22.
Yes.
22, yeah, that is. They buy your performance, and they one of them looks to Thunden. It's just like,
I thought you said not to let anyone else through the door, boss. Who's this?
This is my prisoner. And I'm gonna kill him.
You're gonna kill him, but are you toying with him, boss?
Yes, punch him.
You want me to punch him?
No, punch yourself. Punch this guy.
who are you pointing to?
Aren't there two of them?
Yeah, there's two of them. Yeah.
I'm pointing the other guy.
Oh, you want me to punch Drayden?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Roll me another performance check because that is a weird thing for him to ask him to do.
No. Oh, I got a 3.
You can roll it with advantage.
Oh,
still.
fine. I got a 3.
2 3s.
Wow.
Oh no, he just says. He looks at Drayden and is like,
Something isn't quite right here.
And now he's suspicious, so he's he's gonna investigate disguise self with an insight check. And he rolls a natural 1.
Hey!
So he looks and just goes,
all right.
And he just turns around and just lamps the other orc and just punches him right in the head.
Well, that shows you.
I'm not quite sure what it shows me, boss, but all right.
Let me see one of your passes.
And the one that just got hit is just like,
Here you go, boss. Yeah, this is the second time, boss. You know, I know he lost it, but here you go. Here's my pass.
Thanks. You know what? You're fired.
I'm what? Fired?
You're fired.
What do you think of coronation?
Okay, yeah.
and he just slowly walks off.
But whilst all this happening, I'm sort of gesturing.
I love how you guys are always unnecessarily cruel, and then when the result happens, everyone goes, "Oh, you didn't need to fire him. You didn't need to make the other guy hit the other one."
But I panicked.
And then there's like every time the Happy Boys get to any situation, they're like, "I smash his face into a wall." Oh, but now he's dead.
I know.
But we're deep in character. We're deep undercover. But all the time this is happening, I'm sort of making gestures like, let's go through the door. Gestures.
And the remaining guard who hasn't been fired just hits a button and the door starts to unlock. And he turns to you and just says,
You need to release the magic lock, sir.
I do some really big nodding.
It's your turn.
I can't. I'm not magical, sir.
You want anyone? You can roll me an arcane check.
A 19 plus 4, 23.
23. With your 23, you are able to realize that the orc that was just fired can open the door.
Japes and jokes.
It is amazing to watch Ellie playing Ghoul, playing a fake devil, and channeling the different levels of voices.
Also, incidentally, the two orcs are called Japes and Jokes.
No way.
Yeah.
One was called Drayden.
Yeah, Drayden Japes and Drayden Jokes. Yeah, the Draydens.
I sort of cough into the bag a little bit. The orc, we need the orc back.
Yes, Japes and jokes. Yes. Japes and jokes. It's just a jape and a joke. Come back.
You want me to come back, sir?
Yes. Return to your post.
Oh, so I'm not fired. Oh, okay.
Cool.
And I keep gesturing towards the door.
So fun's over. May we get through the door?
Yeah, of course, boss.
And he waves a hand in front of the door, and all the green incantations glow and turn, and the doors start to unlock and shudder, and they open in front of you. And you guys presumably walk through
As quickly as we can. Well, and I'm making the gesture, like pointing at my eyes, then pointing at their eyes, as in I'm watching you.
And they look pretty scared. They're just like, because this interaction for them, it's past, but it's been weird for them. And the other guys,
it's been weird for all of us.
Yeah.
is not sure if he's been fired. And as you step through the doors, they slam behind you and all lock into place, and all the incantations glow again. And at a desk inside the door, the spine devil looks up and is just like, "Hello."
Oh.
And we cut to Team 2. And after a few minutes of walking through the tunnels, you spot a faint flickering light at the end.
Oh.
And as you move towards it, you see that the tunnel opens into a huge underground warehouse. And the roof stretches at like 50 feet overhead. And the edges of the room are shrouded in darkness and shadows. And the warehouse is littered with dozens of mechanical constructs, some piled neatly and some just strewn across the floor. And they appear to be in varying states of disrepair. Some have been like gutted for parts, and others look like they've seen heavy fighting. At the far end of this huge room is a huge set of cargo doors that reach all the way to the ceiling, and behind these massive doors you can hear and feel the growling rumble of the reactor core. And in front of these doors, sat in a small pool of light, are 4 barbed devils playing cards.
4, that's quite a lot. We couldn't deal with 1 before.
Okay.
Okay, Kubrick, into the shadows with me.
Okay, so the idea of this is that we need to get rid of them so we can get into the reactor. Is that right?
Just find a way through that door, Kubrick.
I think we'll have to get rid of these 4. but we shouldn't use violence.
Why not? They're
Because I might
devils.
hurt you, though. I don't mind about them, but I might hurt you.
Glubrick, we have to find a way to control your rage. Otherwise, you're useless.
But I can't control it right now, so that's why I shouldn't go into rage. Why don't we just go and calmly speak to them and just ask them to leave the room for a bit?
They're devils. They're not going to do that. Their job is to not do that.
I think you're very negative sometimes, Henry. If you just ask nicely and just say please and thank yous, maybe they might be like, you know what, I'm going to do that guy a favour. I'm going to leave.
All right, let me try. Glubrick, please don't do that.
Ooh, works. Okay, well, all right, Henry, whatever you want to do, I guess.
All right, Glubrick, we'll try it your way.
Bloody fantastic! And I just walk off, big like wide arms. Is that like a confident stride?
If you're a cartoon character, yeah, let's
straight.
We both stroll up doing the biggest sort of Cockney wide boy walk. Hello there. Looks like you're playing a game of cards.
This is literally happening. Henley's going like, hello. Oh, in that case, the guy's playing cards. It's like, hello, mate. Yeah, we are playing cards.
But, mate, you could do me a big old favour, could you, mate?
Yeah, what do you want?
Well, I was just wondering in my little TikTok, my brain, if you could just, like, go outside for 10 minutes, please.
You want to go outside?
Please and
I'm
thank you.
playing cards.
Oh, well, you know what? Why don't we move that table outside? You can play cards outside the door, my matey.
Why do you want me to move outside?
Glubrick, I'm not sure that's the tactic to go.
Okay, wait, hang on a bloom second. What are you
Why are
playing?
you telling me to hang on a second? What's going on?
Oh, it's all right, we're best friends.
Yeah, all right, me old China.
Oh, my old China. My old China.
My old China.
No, you're my China.
All right, boys, do you mind if we join your game?
Yeah, of course.
All right, we sit down.
Yeah.
Pull up a crate or whatever it is we sat on.
Yeah, why not?
Have they got a drink they're drinking? Something?
Yeah, they've got like sort of little tumblers of the sort of devil equivalent of whiskey.
Okay, and they're pouring it out of a single bottle, I guess.
Nah, they got a carafe.
A carafe.
Yeah, these are classy
nice.
boys. They've got a carafe.
Chaps, pass the carafe round, would you?
All right, yeah, get this geezer a carafe.
Okay, I take the carafe.
Yeah.
And I do a sleight of hand something.
Okay, but you're not telling me what it is.
No, well, it might not be necessary, so I'll try it and see what
Can
happens.
I give him advantage on this by making suddenly an alarming move?
An alarming move, yeah? What's the alarming move?
No.
Okay,
Just
roll me a performance check.
So that's the idea that everyone looks at me like, oh, what's wrong? You know, kind of thing.
Yeah.
10.
Yeah, you do not have advantage. Everyone's just confused.
Sorry about that. That's the kind of thing that happens now and then.
Okay. Oh, it's a natural one.
Oh, you drop the carafe.
Oh, I dropped the carafe. Oh, fuck.
Oh, you fucking donut.
I am.
Oh, you bloody idiot. What are you like?
You want a
Sorry,
fucking
chap.
carafe?
Sorry. Tell you what, why don't you have a bit of mine? And I pull out my flask of my one remaining random potion.
Oh, you're like offering that as a just a drink.
Just gonna go for it.
And I'm going to be like, oh, you can't do that, Terry Toplop. You can't give them your special drink. Your mum gave you that, Terry Toplop.
Terry Toplop's drink is for everyone.
Hang about.
He's never shared
Come
Terry
on.
Toplop's mum's
What is
potion.
it? What is it? What's
shit.
this drink? What is it?
I didn't say potion. I didn't say that.
No, you didn't say that. It's Terry Toplop's wonderful whiskey drink. You love it, don't you, Stephen Sideways Ham?
I bloody do. I'm always aching at the sides in a positive way.
If you're happy to share it around, and then we'll just pour it in the tumblers.
All right, so,
Wow.
okay, I pour a little bit in each of the four. Is it for 3 of them, 4 of them?
4 of them.
I pour it in each of the 4 tumblers, and I go, there you go, lads. Cheers.
And as you say cheers, we cut back to the oneers who have made it through the door, and you are now stood face to face with the spine devil who you are currently disguised as.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, fucking hell. Who are you?
What? Who are you?
Who am I? I'm the fucking head of security. Who are you?
Eric!
And who the fuck is that?
Stop
And he's pointing to
trembling.
Thundun.
It's a prisoner.
Oh, fucking prisoner.
Fucking yes.
Hang about. Are you copying my fucking voice? How fucking dare you?
Yeah, there it is.
Okay.
Past blindness.
You're
Always
casting-
cast in a panic.
Always casting
In a
blind.
blind panic.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so you're casting blindness.
Yes.
So the spine devil is going to roll a Constitution saving
Yeah.
throw. and it rolls a natural 20.
Oh, fuck.
Ooh.
And I'm going to say with that, the spell is reversed and blinds Ghoul.
Oh.
It bounces off his devilish eyes, and he's like, "You fucking try," but he can't see you. He thinks it's Eric. "You fucking try and blind me, you daft knobhead."
Okay, I'm going to cast web and try and pin him to the wall.
Great. Okay, so as you start to, move your hands in the motion of casting web, setting up for the spell, Thunden picks up on what you're doing, and she immediately also casts Entangle.
Entangle. Oh, it's a match made in hell.
Entangle in a web. And so the Spine Devil is going to roll a strength save to get out of Entangle, and it cannot get out of Entangle, but it's also going to roll a dexterity save, which it also fails. So web and Entangle combined make the terrain difficult for the devil. So even if the devil manages to get out of the vines, he's still got to make his way through the web. So you've now kind of pinned this devil to the wall with web and vines. And Thunden turns to you and is like, "Really great webbing.
Good entangling."
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm going to look around the room and see if I can find anything.
Okay, great. So, as you're looking around the room, you find on the wall what we would, in this world, recognize as a fire extinguisher. But this was a gift given to us by the wonderful Holly.
Oh.
From Patreon.
Thanks, Holly.
And this is the fire distinguisher.
Ooh.
And this is an item that sprays foam like a fire extinguisher, but it doesn't put out fires. Instead, the foam reveals any hidden magical items or anything being concealed by illusionary magic.
Ooh,
That's a great idea.
And it causes them to glow with a magical flame. And if you want to use it, basically you roll a d20 to determine the area that the foam covers.
Nice.
So on the wall, you find the fire distinguisher.
Fun.
That's great.
Let's take that.
Yeah. Thank you, Holly.
Thank you very much.
Distinguisher.
Good name as
It's a great
well.
name,
I love
yeah.
it all. Well done, Holly.
And Ghoul just says, "Thanks, guys. I mean, I could have taken him, but you did good."
Oh, Ghoul, you took that hit for us. I mean, if Eric and I were blinded, I would have been so scared. But you were very brave.
Oh, thanks. And so you cast the same spell. That's great. That's. Intuition. I had an I thought I saw you doing something. I thought, well, Eric, I better help him out. And
Yes, it was as if we'd completed each other's
sentences,
didn't we? Just
yes, we did. Oh wow! Do you know that's never happened to me.
To me before.
We should head to the reactor core.
Yes. Let us question this devil further and tangled to the wall.
Oh, sure. Yes.
What's beyond there? What's in the core?
Oh, wait, fuck off.
Oh, all right. I tried, but he's impenetrable.
It's a tough devil. It's very difficult to get past,
What other security checks will we face?
Oh, yeah, you have fucking see. If you want to go through to the reactor core, you fucking see, mate.
Oh, yes. Will we? Give us your pass. In fact, he's tangled and tied to the wall, so I'll search him to try and get the pass off.
Take the fucking pass. You're not going to get out of here alive.
Why not?
Me. Mate, you'll see what's down there. You're going to get fucking crushed like an ant, mate.
I don't believe you know what's down there.
I know what's fucking down there.
You don't know what's down there?
All right, look at that folder on the table.
All right. And I do.
Nice. You can reverse psychology them.
And you open the folder and you find a list of 20 beasts.
Right, I want to test you. What will I find down the corridor? Go on.
All right, you got 5 bearded devils.
Oh, all right.
5.
Lucky guess. Go on.
5 chain devils.
Yes.
2 pit fiends.
Oh, yes.
You want me to keep going?
No, that'll do. What's your name?
My name is Sergeant Papercut.
Oh, well, Sergeant Papercut, I guess this is goodbye. And if anyone asks what's happened to Sergeant Papercut, I'll just say, I'm sorry, he's all tied up at the moment.
And Thunden laughs uncontrollably. She is beside herself.
This is literally the happiest moment of my life. I just take a moment, I close my eyes and take a moment and breathe it in like, this is great.
And she's just so pleased. She wipes a tear of joy away and she's like, shall we go through to the core?
And you hear echoing around the reactor building from a distant laugh of him. Good one, guys.
And Thunden says, meanwhile, I think some games are afoot. And we cut to We cut back to the tours. So you've handed out the potion.
And I said, cheers.
Great. And so are you drinking the potion, or are you...
I'm going to pretend to drink my last little bit of the potion.
Okay.
I don't think I have a cup. I'm just kind of watching this all happen.
Okay. And so, yeah, all four of the maintenance guys are just like, all right, in, bottoms up. And they just shot this potion in the tumbler.
And a potion. Could it enlarge them?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Well, how does it feel, lads? How you feeling right now? Let me just shuffle this deck of cards for our next game.
And roll me a d20.
20.
Oh,
same as last
Another
time.
natural.
Yeah.
Oh, so you turned them into tiny hamsters.
Yeah, I guess same spell.
So you get
They're just saying random Cockney words. Henley stands up and says, there you go, Glubrick, you see? That's what happens when you try. That's what happens when you make an effort. And he goes around to each of their now piles of clothes, and he picks up the devils one by one and says, look, you have to do something. It's not enough to just not act. He picks up another. You have to take action. I like you, Glubrick. I do. I really do. And I want you to get out of hell. He picks up the third and fourth devils. But I have to save my son's soul. I'm not kidding around anymore. And if I have to, I'll leave you behind. And he claps.
and he just squashes all four hamster devils into each other.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
Oh, that is savage.
That's really savage. Oh, I hear what you're saying, Henley. I hear what you're saying.
And we walk through the doors.
So, as you guys push through the cargo doors, these is where our oneers and twoers finally meet. Team 1, you walk through a huge set of doors onto a catwalk that overlooks the reactor. You're about 60 feet in the air on a huge, kind of sturdy catwalk. And you look down and you see Team 2 come through a huge set of cargo doors on the floor, and you guys spot each other. And the walls of this huge chamber are made of sort of blackened metal and scorched and cracked by this intense heat generated by the reactor core. The floor is slick and thick with an oily substance that seeps from the walls, and the ceiling is just completely lost in darkness. The room is dimly lit by these flickering flames that dance around the edges of the chamber, casting weird, eerie shadows everywhere. In the center of the room stands the reactor core. It's a massive construct of iron and hellfire that pulsates with this eerie red light, and you can hear the screams of the damned as they're being processed. The core is surrounded by a network of pipes and conduits that channel energy produced by the core to other parts of the layer. The reactor core is guarded by a well-armed security force of chain devils and hellhounds, and huge metal constructs glow with hellfire, all of which stand ready to defend the core at all costs. None of them have seen either team yet. The air in the chamber is thick and smells of sulfur and brimstone, and the heat is unbearable, and the sound of the reactor's core can be heard all throughout the chamber. It's this constant low hum that seems to vibrate through the air, and the room is filled with sounds of clanking metal and hissing steam, and energy from the core is being channeled all around you. And you guys walk in, both teams see each other.
Hey guys!
No. Oh, no.
So as Ghoul walks into the huge chamber and says, hey guys, the entire security force guarding the core just snaps a look up to the catwalk and sees Eric is no longer, because you've cast another spell.
Yeah, my
so you're no
concentration's
longer
broken,
disguised.
so that I'm no longer the Spine Devil, yeah.
So they see
an incredibly handsome man.
incredibly handsome Eric and Thunden. One of the guards at the side of the group shouts something in Infernal, and everyone in the security force's head, all in unison, just snap and turn and look at Glubrick and Henley, because you are on the same level as them.
Shit.
And the lead chain devil just says, yeah, they are. And they all just sprint after you.
Did you get that? Did they say something friendly?
I don't think it's friendly, Glubrick. Come with me. Come with me.
Go.
Okay, we duck back into the room we just came from.
Yep.
I take the lead. Glubrick following me, I hope. Mm-hmm. And I run and just immediately duck to the side so that we disappear, hopefully from view of them.
Through the big kind of cargo doors.
Yes, we go through the cargo doors and immediately to the side. So
Yep.
they're behind us. They can't see us for a second.
Yep.
And I take out the remaining little tiny bit at the bottom of the potion.
Okay.
We now know what it is. And I pour it in Glubrick's mouth and then the last bit in mine.
Oh, shit. Okay. And so you guys turn into the size of little hamsters.
Fucking hamster. We don't turn back, do we?
I don't know. It won't be permanent. So from their perspective, we've just run into the room and disappeared.
Great idea.
Turned into some clothes. I'm going to lose my trousers.
So yeah, you've fallen out of your, because the guards fell out of their uniforms.
Yeah.
So you fall out of your armor. You lose all your equipment, as does Glubrick. All your
skin. I'm great.
We can pick it up after they're gone. It's fine. We'll
Let's
leave it
hope
here
a
now.
guard doesn't come along and go, oh, they're nice.
Okay, so now we're tiny, or we're just going to duck inside the nearest construct and hide there and hope they all run past.
Yeah, I'm going to say you do that as they kind of pour into the room. And as they're running into the room, we cut back to the catwalk. And Thunden says, okay, I guess that's the distraction. Now's our chance. We have to go.
Yes, that's it. I'm coming with you.
And Thunden does that really cool thing on a massive 60-foot ladder where she grabs either side and puts her feet and she just slides the full 60 feet to the ground.
Of course I'm going to have to try that.
You want to try it? So roll me an acrobatics check.
Acrobatics?
Yeah. And you take a ghoul with you.
Oh, it's just I rolled a 3.
Just falling 60 feet.
So with a 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just stack it and fall straight off the catwalk.
Oh, no.
I get it. Can I cast Featherfall as a reaction?
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, Featherfall will slow your... He's got Featherfall, so he'll slow your fall down to the ground.
Yeah, 60 feet per round until the spell ends.
Oh, nice.
You'll definitely make that, yeah.
Yeah, because it's 1d6 damage for every 10 feet. So you cast Featherfall on yourself.
Yes, and Ghoul's still in the tote bag around my neck.
Yeah.
Thunden just looks up and just sees you trip and fall and then just so gently glide down, and she runs, and in her instinct was as soon as she saw you falling, she ran to catch you, and you sort of land in a kind of like wedding carry in her hands very gently. She's like, oh, you fell so gracefully. You seem to be totally fine. I guess I didn't need to catch you.
I guess I've been falling from the moment that I met you.
God, he is quite smooth.
He knows his word.
I like him. He's good with his words. Yeah. I'd just be like, oh, I want to kiss you.
Oh, wow. It's I guess I've been falling as well, except I did not literally fall, but metaphorically been falling.
Guys, the bomb!
Yes, you're right. I'm so sorry. Yes, we to be continued.
Absolutely.
Yes, and she puts you down and you run towards the reactor core. And the reactor core is housed in like a kind of, almost like a little blast chamber in a tiny little room. Mm-hmm. And she opens the door to it and you're just like engulfed by this sort of like screaming souls and pollution, and it is fucking horrible in there. And she just says, meanwhile, something small and mischievous is happening. And we cut back to the tours, who the guards are in the room and they're assuming you're hiding somewhere, and they're just searching frantically through the rubble.
Right, Glubrick, we need to get back into the reactor room.
Okay, great, let's get back in. Do you know how we get back to being our big selves?
I have no idea. Maybe Eric can help. He knows magic better than I do.
Very good, let's run over. But because we're so small, it's probably going to feel like hours.
But maybe we'll move quickly, like little mice scurrying along.
That's true, let's hope.
Let's go for it.
And two tiny little naked people.
So you're just running back
across the room. Hopefully we're small. We're tiny. We're tiny and little naked guys. Surely no one will notice that.
We're just running.
They're just like mice.
We'll just say they're not seeing you because you're too small. And I think even if they did, they'd just be like, surely I can't be seeing that.
We run through the doors back into the reactor room, and I turn around and look up. Can I see if there's a button that would close the door somewhere?
Yeah, they'll say there's a button that's like a sort of, like regular height that a button would be.
Massive to us.
Right. Yeah.
Henley, even though I'm small, still very strong for a small person.
And then I put my hands out for you to step in.
I step into Glubrick, put my foot in Glubrick's hand and say,
nice one, Glubrick.
Ready to be launched, Captain?
Glubrick.
Don't do that when we're both naked and my genitals are close to your face. You're kneeling down right now.
Crotch is in my face. Yeah, and I did actually say that to your crotch.
And
I
say, Shazam.
Okay. And he fires me into the air.
You know what's really weird is as I hear you say Shazam, I look at your crotch and go,
oh, subtitles.
And I throw you up.
Great. So roll me an athletics check, and Henley, roll me an acrobatics check.
Oh, shit, a dick.
Go on.
Oh, no. Natural one.
Oh, okay. So what you... So what you hear is you just have Shazam, and then Glubrick just fires Henley straight into the wall.
Okay, but I get my acrobatics check.
Yeah, you can do that.
Natural 20.
No.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
That must cancel it out then. Yeah, that's just perfect.
Oh, it cancels out, yeah, so nothing happens.
Oh.
No, I drink. So as he fires you into the wall, you manage to manipulate the momentum and sort of Matrix style run up the wall.
Yes.
And you,
Tiny hamster running up the wall with
You
all that
reach the
extra
button.
power from Glubrick. Yeah, I fire up and do a double forward flip in the air, heel strike onto the button.
Very good. See, I was just going to say you do that. You hit the button, and unfortunately, though, no matter how much style you have, you're falling the equivalent of like 60 feet.
Oh, yeah.
You're falling far, so you just see Henley falling.
Yeah, and I just watch it. No, I'm
Okay.
joking. No, I try and catch him. I'm like looking up.
Okay, roll me another athletics check and roll me another acrobatics.
12.
12, and Henley?
20. Not natural.
Not natural. Okay, so you managed to guide yourself enough towards Glubrick.
Like a flying squirrel.
Yeah, but you don't really catch it with enough strength. You just slam straight into him. It breaks your fall, Henley. But Glubrick, you take 1d6 damage.
Bring it on. That is 6.
You okay?
Thanks, Glubrick.
And I get up onto my tiny feet.
That's okay. Maybe that could be my position in the group. Just like a punch bag kind of thing that people fall on.
Don't have to be a punch bag, Glubrick. Maybe you shouldn't have said what I said. It's just... Let's talk about it later.
Yeah.
And I think we walk over and we do not mention that we're naked at all. We just continue as business as usual.
Or that we're tiny.
Yeah, they probably don't even see you.
Oh God, we're still small.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't you roll me a d20 and we'll say anything over 15, you turn back to normal size.
18.
Okay, yeah. So Eric, Ghoul, and Thunden, what they see is just from the ground next to you, two men just pop up to full size instantly and are just completely naked. And you see it is Henley and Glubrick.
Does anyone have a towel?
So we don't really have time to discuss why you two boys are naked, but I just have a question for the team. Who's going to stay behind?
What?
Well, we need someone to pull the pin on the grenade. It's a grenade.
Oh, of course.
For someone to blow up the reactor core. I'm sorry, I thought that was implied.
And we can't throw it?
Well, yes, if you could throw it through the entire reactor from outside the reactor.
Well, so someone has to go in the door and has to pull the explosive and die? Because there's no time on it, but they... Oh, I see.
Okay, so someone has to stay behind in the reactor and wait while the rest of us escape.
Yes.
And then when we get out of the building, they pull the pin.
That's right.
And they die on their own.
Well, why didn't we think of this before?
Well, I sort of did leave it out of the plan, but because I thought you guys might not help me.
Oh, you clocking that?
Yes.
Eric, you clocking that detail? She did lie.
Well, no, I didn't lie. I just didn't tell you the whole truth.
Oh, no, fuck that shit. Right, that's a lie.
We don't really have time for this right now.
No,
we don't really have time for your personal thoughts right now.
Everyone,
your personal ideology will not help us here in the core.
Okay, look, take a breath. There's a load of monsters and creatures outside that door. We know that they're going to come in here any minute now, so someone's going to have to lock themselves inside the reactor so that they can't stop them from pulling the pin. Someone's got to do it. My vote is that it should be maybe the person who neglected to mention that someone's going to have to die. Sorry, Thunden, but maybe.
What?
You think it should be me?
Absolutely not, Thunden. Of course not. Of course it's not going to be you. We'd never have made it this far if it wasn't for you.
Well, it's also true. And look, I think as well, like, I'm not the only one here who's, like, if I can be frank with you guys, deserving of it. You guys aren't exactly fucking angels, okay? And also, like, don't think I didn't see you just shrink people down into 4 tiny people and smush them together like a pancake.
How did you see that?
I have a great vision.
Oh, you have been really very aware of what's been going on.
I've really have been, these guys know
storyteller.
it. But you know what? I have to say, this is my mission, and you guys have helped me get this far, and look, we're all in hell, so we're all at least a bit shit, okay? And let's not argue over who's the worst. But Henley, you have a point. I didn't tell you guys the whole truth, and for that, I am sorry. I should be the one to go inside. And once I'm inside the chamber, and I lock the door, I will survive for as long as I can, because the darkness in there will eventually consume me.
I put my hand on Thunden's shoulder and I say, no, Thunden, no darkness will be consuming you today. We would be dead on the floor of a marketplace if it were not for you. No, Thunden, I see now that the way is clear, and I know what it is that I must do.
I take the grenade and I walk through the doors.
Oh, you bastard.
That is my own back for the last 10 episodes.
Fair enough.
And you are closing the door behind you.
I'm closing the door and I'm just standing with the grenade and I'm looking through the glass at the others, coughing and spluttering, I assume, because it's horrible.
Yeah, so the idea is that inside the kind of chamber where the core is, it's emanating kind of pure darkness, and it just means that you will eventually succumb to it, and it will kill you.
Oh shit!
So
okay.
Henley runs to the glass and starts beating his hands against the glass, saying, Gluebrick, I didn't mean it. You don't have to do this.
No, you're right, Henley. I've been scared of what could possibly happen to me, the things I do to myself when I get into this rage, but you're right, I don't need to be frightened of it, I need to control it, and this is me taking control, because the only choice I have is my life, and I'm going to show you all that I'm part of this team, and I will die for this team, and I'm going to be the Shazam.
No, Gluebrick, you don't have to be the Shazam.
I'm sorry to interrupt, guys, but the longer he stays in there, the more chance he has of dying. We need to move now.
Gluebrick,
say your goodbyes. Let's run.
She's not even a player character.
Look, go. Don't worry. I'll be with you soon with some nice horns.
So, Chris, before we all escape the reactor, roll me a d20.
10.
Okay, Gluebrick will survive for 10 minutes. 10 real-time minutes inside the reactor core.
Oof.
The rest of the Happy Boys have 10 minutes to escape.
Thank you for listening to Hell or High Rollers. That was episode 11. I am Dave Hearn, your GM. Eric Sanguinius was played by Adam Megiddo. Ellie Morris as Ghoul, Henry Shields as Henry Whispers, and Chris Leask as Gluebrick Bumbledung. If you're enjoying this podcast, then head on over to our Patreon page where you can find a whole host of extra goodies, including a side campaign run by Henry Shields, DM notes on each episode, as well as our recently released trial episode that saw us cramming ourselves into a shipping container in the middle of summer with no air conditioning. It's a one-shot spread over 2 episodes, and I am extremely excited to share them with you. You can also join our Patreon-only Discord, where you can meet legends like Rachel McEntgart, Nate Ellum, Emma O'Connell, Tarquin Pifflepost, Yez Gagne, Will Holston, John Parkinson, Laura Jones, Delaney Brown, and Lara Wilson. The theme song is by Max Runham, editing and production by myself and the wonderful Gareth Tempest. Thank you for listening, and good night!
When you get through 9 layers of hell, you'll have a hell of a story to tell. You're heading back to life, back to the grind, but it ain't that like you knew so well. Keep telling myself to stay strong, you know I ain't done nothing wrong. I can feel it in my soul that this ain't where I belong.